Doc, what do you attribute the defensive issues at times tonight? Was it more effort, or are you guys getting off scheme a little bit?
I haven't watched the tape. I would say a little bit of both, give them some credit. But God, I swear, they just beat us off the dribble without pick and rolls. It was just straight line drives, which, Joel and Dwight were in help the entire night, which allowed their bigs just to have freedom. So we were not connected defensively at all. But we weren't connected on either end. I thought the first half, obviously, we were great offensively. The second half, I thought their zone affected us, which that hasn't happened all year. Probably good in some ways in that it happened. And then defensively, we were pretty bad all night.
So when you mentioned Joel and Dwight being in help a lot of the night, do you think that had a big part in, the offensive rebounds you guys were giving up? Because it felt like Declan Hayes.
Yeah, I mean, not only just the offensive rebounds, the loose balls, too. Anything that hit the floor tonight, they came up with. So, a lot of that is effort. But a lot of the offensive rebounds, the average fan will look at it and say that's Joel and Dwight. The coaching staff will say that was the guards getting beat off the dribble the entire night. And a lot of the drives had no picks involved. They were just downhill attacks where the ball should have been square. So obviously not our best night.
Thanks, Doc.
Rich Hoffman.
Yeah, Doc, I was curious about the zone defense. What specifically did you guys not do well tonight?
We just didn't move the ball, Rich. I thought the ball stuck the entire night. We walked the ball up the floor. And I thought we were very tentative against it. So it affected us tonight. It hasn't happened all year. We've been dominant against zone for the most part. So it was one of those nights. It happens.
And the other thing, the bench unit, you look at the plus minus, they did not fare very well. They didn't give up the lead right away in the third quarter, but they certainly didn't help at the end.
No.
What is the fix there, that group?
Well, I thought the zone affected them as well, number one. But I thought the bench unit tonight, Rich, their biggest problem was defensively. Like, they came in and we were actually had a nice lead, and they came in and the Pelicans scored every single time down the floor. And so now you're walking the ball up against that zone that was affecting that second unit. So there's no fix. We're a good unit. You don't need to go out and fix the whole team because they didn't play well tonight, But defensively, I thought we were horrible, all of them. And that unit usually gives us some energy, and they didn't do that tonight.
Lauren Rosen.
Hey, Doc, I know you probably didn't want to put the starters back in the first place, but do you take any solace or silver lining in how quickly they were able to cover that deficit with those threes from Danny and Tobias right away?
Yeah, I mean, they moved the ball a little bit better. And in there, in the bench's defense, the bench doesn't have a guy like Joel that you can just drop the ball down to. The three things you got to do against the zone: you got to drive the zone, you got to move the zone, and you got to post the zone. We didn't do any of those very well, but when we did post the zone, we were very good.
Mark Narducci.
Doc, when we usually ask you this and say, what would you like to get out of your next game, you say, well, a win. But is there anything else you'd like to work on with Detroit coming in tomorrow night?
No. I mean, for us, it's more about just keep improving on what we're doing, Mark. It's not anything I want to get in. I want to get back to guarding the ball. I thought Houston, listen, they were struggling with a lot of guys out, but I thought they lived in the paint. I thought their guards beat us off the dribble the entire night as well. So for me, something we've done well all year, back-to-back games, we haven't done well. We have not contained the ball. So we have to do a better job there.
Keith Pompey.
Doc, is it a little concerning that your bench kind of lost the lead in 3 of the last 4 games?
No, Keith, I'm not worried about it. I go all 66 games. They've been pretty good overall. So we went through stretches this year. If you remember, the starters wasn't playing well. It's just ebbs and flows of a long season. I've learned long ago, if you overreact, you get yourself in trouble. So I'm not that concerned at all.
Thank you.
Jackson Frank.
Hey, Doc, just curious. On Wednesday, you went with Tyrese to kind of fill for confidence tonight with Mike. What was the decision there?
Just too big. Yeah, they were just too big, I actually really thought hard about still going small. but their bigs were athletic, long, and, it's what I said the other night. We like the small lineups, but there are going to be certain teams that going small could be dangerous. I thought tonight was one of those nights. So we went with Mike instead.
Last question, Andrea Finici.
Hi, Doc. Given the situation, do you expect any load management going forward for the last week?
I don't know yet. It would be nice to get everything buttoned up so we can. I will say that, but I don't know yet. I again have very little to do with that, and so they will tell me where we're going over the next couple of games.